Welcome back to the Industry Safe Space.
What's up?
Your new safe space when it comes to life, industry, our relationship with God. We're going to unpack it together. I am Kai, the doctor of hair.
Thank you. Finally. Just say the doctor of hair. My Lord.
And you know the rest. I'm not going to even go there. And I have with me...
I'm just Blake, resident goofball, lover of God, all things fashion and photography. You know, I'm the light part of this unpacking space.
Yes, because I'm
she the serious.
I'm the deep one.
Yeah.
And today, we are going to be unpacking a good episode here. Well, we are going to be unpacking friendship breakups.
Yikes. I don't know if we're ready for that. I feel like both of us got fresh wounds.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a
But how can we cultivate a safe space unless we're vulnerable?
Now,
we can't have...
The now friend usually come at the end. But we're going to start this off with now friend. I feel like we got fresh wounds with this friendship breakup. So
I have old wounds I could talk about too.
So for our guests and our community, our family out there, how would you define a friendship breakup? What does that look like?
It's no cookie cutter way to say that because the breakups happen in so many different ways. In my opinion, you have the disagreement ones.
Yeah.
Then you have the ones that you missed your exit and y'all should have not been friends a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you hold on to them because of time.
Yeah.
And then you have the friends that probably should have never been your friends to begin with.
Uh-huh.
And then you have those friends that just were not lifers and their exit on your life train just came up.
So what's the difference between we fell out a little bit, but that's my girl versus this is a friendship breakup. We're done. How do you determine which is which?
How it comes back or not.
Okay.
Because if we're friends.
Yeah.
And the people that are really my friends that I call my lifers, that means I know you have my best interests. I, too, have your best interests.
Right.
And if we have a disagreement, I believe what is not present in a lot of relationships is grace.
Yeah.
We want friendships to be perfect. And I hate to say it, we give more grace in our romantic relationships than we do our friendships.
Why?
I can't speak on that because my grace extends too far and few. But some people, you could cheat on a person 10 times and they take that person back. But if you don't show up to their birthday party, the friendship is over.
And, I think that that's so real. And that's something that we see in our 20s. But are we still dealing with such pettinesses at almost 40?
Especially with social media around. The one thing I'm grateful for is that I did not grow up in a social media time. Like that I was able to get into it with a friend, or we would have a falling out, and a week later is, what's up? Now, people got subliminals, and you posting different things. So now your wound, what you thought was a simple paper cut, you're looking at posts, now it done turned into a stab
Something
wound.
else, yeah.
And now you steady looking at posts, and now it's done turned into a limb being cut off. You know what I'm saying?
That.
And we're in a space, instead of just going to the friend, we leave so much space for assumptions, input, instead of just saying, hey, friend.
What happened? Yeah.
Now, friend.
Yeah.
You made me feel away.
Yeah.
Now,
well,
friend.
Google says that a broken friendship is due to a lack of trust.
Rewind. Wait, what Google say? Hold on. What's
Google
that?
says a broken friendship, also known as a friendship breakup, is because of a lack of trust, a lack of communication, feeling disconnected, unresolved conflict, ongoing and lasting hurtful behavior, having nothing in common in this current space or your life, or one person taking all the responsibility for the friendship. It's so many things to be said there, but I can see all of those things equating to friendship breakups. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
especially the commonality. That's a good one. A lot of people, because we take friendship endings that they have to have negative connotations, but sometimes you're in a space with a person and you're frequent with them in that space, so you have a bond that connects.
Yep.
Once that space, you no longer frequent.
Yeah.
Sometimes the friendship, that's like high school. Who you have in division with, that's your homie. Yep. Y'all get different division of lunch periods. you got different friends. You know what I'm saying? Because that just sometimes happen.
But that's the thing though, is that considered a friendship breakup? Because my very, very, very best friend from high school, Alicia, what's up, baby? She was my best friend. We were as thick as thieves. After high school, our lives went in different paths. She's a sheriff now. She's married. But guess what? That's a real friendship. And we don't talk but maybe once a year. But when we do talk, you like, y'all's back in high school.
Well, yeah, and then that's not
a friendship breakup.
Means it's just like a relationship.
It's done,
breaks,
we stop.
It's no longer, it can be. I'm not talking about it's been a gap or it's been a space or I just ain't talked to you in a while. Life is life and we in different spaces. No. We've established, even if we don't say it,
right,
the nonverbals sometimes
is a lot.
Are a lot.
Yeah. So tell us how you deal with the friendship breakup. And do you usually do the breaking up or are usually broken up with?
Ooh. Trying to get messy.
Well, I mean, safe space.
Trying to get
you
messy.
Feel me?
I've been on both ends of the spectrum.
Okay.
It's very rare that I don't like confrontation. So it's very rare. Hate confrontation. So it's very rare that I am out front with any kind of breakup, relationship, partnership, business, friendship, any of that. It's very rare. So I'm usually like, God, send a sign. Tell me, do something. Mm-hmm. Or you know what I'm saying? So it could just, but sometimes it gets to that point where I'll just stop communication.
So you ghost.
And then when I'm confronted, then I'll give the reason. And again, it's not nothing I'm proud of. It's something I'm learning because now being 40, I'm able to say, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. And I don't want that in my space. And I'm able to call out things. And even if we can't agree, you might have a different perspective. I'm going to give you mine. You gave me yours.
Right.
Are we moving forward or no?
Right.
We're not? Okay, fine. And I'm beginning to be okay with that. But at first, I would kind of avoid the situation, hoping it would die off and, But I've definitely been on the broke up end to where a person has, who I thought was my friend, poured into their vision, their idea, their business. I'm thinking and you get treated, and it's like,
yikes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like I thought we was.
Yeah.
But no warning, no nothing. It's just literally like a switch.
But it's so wild because speaking of that switch, when you talk to somebody day in and day out, you pour into each other, you are locked and loaded, you talk about being lifers. And then the very next day, the switch just, it's how did we get here? And it's easy to understand when we did have that knockdown, drag out fight. You was throwing dishes, I was throwing plates. It's clear we never gonna talk again.
It is.
But when it's that, I talked to you yesterday, but my heart, no. We will never talk again, probably. That's super weird for me. Yeah, that's super weird. And in this business,
that's the part.
Especially.
That's the part. Learning to keep the friend. It's so hard to keep the friendship part out of business.
Yes, especially when both friends are talented, you have common goals, common interests. It's automatically expected that you kind of gel together those things. But it's just super weird when you talk about being lifers with someone and then the switch happens so quickly. It makes you wonder, was it as real as I thought?
So I believe, in my opinion, I think it is or it could have been. I just think we have to understand the levels of friendship.
Okay. Walk me through them levels.
And I say, I don't know the specific levels, like the names.
You're a doctor, you know everything.
You better be happy this. So what I would say is you have those friends that you talk to every day.
Yeah.
You just naturally have, or that friend that you talk to every day. Then you have those where you, like you said, you don't have to talk at all, but if someone goes in the hospital, if someone dies, if it's an anniversary, if it's a wedding, they show up. You have those friends that are like those event friends. Oh, I'm going to this party. I know I can reach out to so-and-so. They'll go. You have those friends at work. Every time y'all at work, y'all like this. By the time y'all get home, when you clock out, I see we catch up tomorrow at work, but I'm not necessarily calling you on the weekend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we want we're in the age, especially with social media, because if somebody like your post every day and comment, we want to categorize everybody as the same type of friend. And when that level friend does something different or not with this level friend, it's kind of, because it's different. We have to know how to separate the two.
Do you think social media sets unrealistic expectations on friendships?
Social media set unrealistic expectations about everything. From relationships, jobs, life, success.
Because it's one of those things, that's my best friend on Monday, but on Tuesday, she didn't like my post. That meant a lot to me. So now we beefing, and Wednesday, we will never talk again.
Baby.
That's so weird. That's odd.
Social media.
It's the devil.
Has tainted.
Everything.
You see, it's like one of those, I'm just trying to find the safe space.
Yeah.
To say, but it's like the fact that people will base a friendship off of a like or a post or a comment. That's the unfortunate part, because you have people that will like, comment, and post on your stuff every day. But if you actually needed something, will be nowhere to be found. Like, I have friends that might not see my post on my story or probably ain't commented. But I know right now during this podcast, I could FaceTime a couple of them and they gonna answer, what's up? What you need? Where you at? You know what I'm saying? So we have to but we far from getting away from social media for that, because social media is just going to be that for everything. It's the comparison for everything. Life goals, friendship goals, relationship goals, job goals.
I agree. And especially, again, when you're in this business, the expectations are sometimes higher and unrealistic. Even for myself, I realize that as a person who is in the public eye and does events and things, I realize, and I realized this a few years ago, but I used to be the person, if I threw 10 events a year, if you're my friend, you're at 10 events and that year.
I hate people that base friendships off that.
You know what I'm saying? But as I grew, it was like, child, if they make two.
Hate it. Because like, we're grown. Cool. We're not, when we're younger, yes, we're 19, you better be at every event because what you got to do. But when people get wives, husband, kids, jobs, responsibilities, parents that taking care of business. And so I hate when people are like, you're not my friend because you didn't check up on me. Did you check up on them?
True.
While you waiting on me to check up on you, life has happened to me too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just expectations in general. And that's why I think people have to meet people where they are. And I know it sounds bad, leave expectations, because as a friend, you should have some expectations, but you can't expect everybody to show up how you would show up and vice versa.
So what's the grieving period for a breakup of a friendship? Because when you break up, romantic, business, you get fired, friendship breakup, there's a grieving period. What is your grieving period
meaning like
look
time?
Like?
Or
what does your grieving period look like? What's the time? What are your actions? What are you going through in that time? Yeah. No. She a doctor but can't speak. This is getting awkward, y'all. Oh. Come on, doctor.
No, time. I can't give you a time frame. What it feels like, it hurts. Like, I'm telling you, I feel like friendship breakups hurt more than romantic, because they are like, because I think it's different type of soulmates. So like, some friends and some friendships are so intertwined and connected. So when that happens, it's like a heartbreak. Like, so I don't want to see no posts from them. You don't want to see nobody else posting them, because it's almost like your ex-bae. Y'all ain't together, but now they posting what they knew. I don't want to see that right now. Until God heals me. I'm going to be like, until God heals me.
Until I'm healed.
And then I could say, oh, hey, girl. And then when you see them, still wish them the best, blah, blah, blah. But in the midst of it, when that stuff is new, that stuff hurts.
Yeah.
And it even hurts more, I think, when friendship breakups don't happen because of the friends, when they happen because of outside influences.
Woo, now friend. Now friend.
That's when I feel
that's
like
the worst.
It hurts the worst.
When neither one of you did it, it's all external people, but it's affected you.
Yeah.
And so I recently had a friendship breakup that I did not see coming. And this is a friendship that I've had for a very, 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 very long time. And I remember my friend coming to me and pretty much saying, we're going to just give examples. I was having a conversation with Kai, And Kai says she don't like you. And Kai is such
Look at me, I'm like...
Kai is such an amazing, spiritual, loving, giving person. So if she don't like you, it make me feel away. And in my head, I was like, well, we've been friends for decades. Me and Kai have been friends for 6 months. You let Kai influence you and break down a friendship that has been building for decades. When I tell you that grieving process was ugly.
You still grieving, don't lie.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's levels to it, right? Because at first, I'm not gonna lie, for that first 2 weeks, it was, I don't really want to get out of bed. I'm constantly thinking about it. I'm crying a little bit about it. And then it was like, okay, it is what it is. But similar to what you said, every time you come across my timeline, I'm irritated. I'm frustrated. It's almost one of them things like, I just don't want to see your name. And I'm gonna be honest, this past week, I made that step of, I need to do what's best for me. I need to unfriend. I need to remove, because I'm just tired of seeing you. I'm not mad. I don't wish you ill. I just don't want to see you.
That's the most toxic thing a person can do to themselves, is to have ended a relationship with someone but still pursue and follow them on social media.
Yes.
Like, to me, that's like...
It's weird.
That's like stabbing yourself, covering the wound, open it back up, stabbing yourself again. That's the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
But people do that because they're so obsessed with knowing what's going on.
But see, I think it's one of the situations like when you are in a romantic relationship and you sit down and the person says, hey, look, we have different life goals. We have different things we're looking for. I want kids. You don't. You want to get married. I don't. This is probably not working out. Let's move on. You can kind of grasp that, right? Mm-hmm. But when it's just I don't think we should be together no more. It's not you, it's me. You spin your wheels like, well, what is the real reason? What happened? What was said? What wasn't? That's worse. I think it's easier just to cut when there's very clear communication. And I feel like at our big age, we always want the communication, but we are terrible communicators sometimes. And if you pissed, just say you pissed. But you were pissed in 2019. And then in 2023, you let it boil over. Instead of in March 2019 saying, tap, tap, friend. Now, why you do that? And we could have got over it. I feel like at our big age, we let things fester because we don't like confrontation. We think, oh, I could get over it. It's not that big of a deal. We let things build. And then eventually, the friendship just dismantles. And after that long of a period of time, it's at the point of no return. There is really no coming back.
Yeah, because I think a lot of times we trick ourselves into thinking we've dealt with something because we got over it.
Yep. 100%.
And that's a big thing. And I always use an example. That's like if you hit a pothole, yeah, you could keep driving, but if you don't address it, that flat tire going to eventually mess up your rim.
Because when you hit it, you heard that crack.
You did. So now your rim is a lot of more things are about to be affected because you didn't address the initial situation.
Yep.
And so since time, like you just said, time has passed, when it happened in March 2019, oh, I'm good. I dealt with that. No, you just got over it.
Yeah.
You never dealt with it.
Yeah.
You never, because you made yourself seem like, oh, that wasn't nothing. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? And it literally was. And now everything you're doing is poking at what I did not address.
Yeah. Do you think we hold the space for our friends to be honest and vulnerable?
Not like we would want them to be for us.
I agree. Like, hey, Kai, friend, you pissed me off when you did X.
Because the minute
instead of Kai saying, my bad.
Or
Kai
what did I
how
do?
Dare you? Oh, so you want to be mad? So now I'm madder.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
Now we both pissed for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't allow each other to be vulnerable and have the space to just be honest.
One, because a lot of people use the word friend for people that don't deserve it. People don't know how to say, that's just my boo, or that's my kick it buddy, or everybody wants to say, you're my friend. And then when someone doesn't show up as a friend, you look stupid. Well, ma'am, they never showed you traits that they were your friend to begin with.
I agree.
Y'all have a good time hanging out. This my party buddy.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good time at work. This my work. You know what I'm saying? She has not proven herself to be more than a good time. But in a day and age of social media posts and likes, that's what people are equating the friendships with.
I agree. And you know what I've learned to do as of recently, going back to what we talked about previously, my 9 to 5, there's 2 people at my job that I've gotten super close with. But what I've done, I don't want to say to protect myself, but essentially protect myself from what you're talking about, is labeling them appropriately. That's my work bestie. That's my work twin. Yeah. That's my work friend.
Until they show themselves otherwise.
Right. So I'm like, if we end up not talking about, I'm like, well, that was always my work friend. Go to your cubicle, I'll go to mine. Versus labeling them a friend and then the hurt feels different.
And you looking for more.
Yeah, you're looking for more than they have to
What
offer.
happens is, and I always use this analogy, y'all know I'm the queen of analogies, ask all my clients.
Because she a doctor.
I always say we expect more than people can give. So that's like if I have a cup that holds a gallon of water, you have a cup, and your cup holds a half gallon of water. You could pour your entire cup in my cup, and it still won't fill me up. I'm still coming to you saying, Blake, give me more. You've literally given me all you could give me.
Yep.
And one or two things has to happen. I need to be okay with what you gave me or decide I want more. But instead, I'm going to beat you up trying to get you to come up with, you don't have anything else to give.
That's good.
You literally gave me all you had.
That's good.
And so we hurt ourselves. Either this going to be enough or it ain't. And that's in friendships, that's everything. We really try to make people be more than what they have to bring.
And I think the reason for that is we expect all of our friends to have the same cups we have.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? It's like, I got a gallon cup just because I happen to have a gallon cup. Kai got a 2-gallon cup. But I be looking at her like, why you got all that? Give me more. But she got other people to give cups and stuff too, right? But we expect people to have and do things the way we do, and we don't give them the space to just be themselves and realize everybody has a capacity. And some people have given their capacity. And we got to be okay with that as friends. But I also think, again, it goes back to we're always so scared to be honest with our friends.
That's it.
Hey, friend, I know we got capacities and life is life, but I really wanted to see you at my event. And when you didn't come,
there you go. That hurt my feelings.
Why you didn't come? And the friend could be like, I get it, but I had my daughter and I didn't have a babysitter. My husband, I had to work. I just couldn't make. Oh, I get that. Next time. Versus we like, okay, forget Kai.
She ain't
no real friend to me. So stop calling me friend. And I fester that. And then little bit by little bit, I call a little less today and a little less tomorrow. And then finally, I ain't talked to Kai in a year and a half. I wonder how she doing.
And all because of?
I wasn't honest, saying that hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Because I think there's this myth of saying that makes us weak. We're always like, well, I'm not going to be weak until her she hurt my feelings.
Vulnerable. Like if I call you my friend, if I call you my lover, if I call you anything that you're supposed to be close to me and have my heart and my feelings, that's supposed to be important to you, I should be able to be vulnerable with you.
Yep.
You should be a safe space for me.
Yeah.
But what I think happens a lot, I don't even think that it is, they're not. A lot of people can't.
Yeah.
A lot of people have so much going on themselves that they can't. And it goes back to a conversation. I literally just had this with a client. If I call you and say, hey, Blake, you busy? And you say no, I instantly start dumping. Instead of me saying, hey, friend.
You have the capacity.
How was your day?
Yep.
I got some things I want to talk about. Are you in the mood?
Yep.
You might simply say, give me about an hour. I'm just getting home from work. Let me shower.
Yeah.
But I just start talking. You short with me. Now I'm like, I was going through some. Blake ain't even, he was all dry on the phone. Girl, he just got off work.
Yeah, he a hater. Yep.
He wasn't even concerned. And then I just think we don't treat friendships the way we should. And I think we were kind of sometimes taught different. Like, friendships are based upon basically what someone could do for you or kind of sort of, you know what I'm saying? And so when they can't do that, they're not your friend. And it's like...
Friend means drop everything when I need...
Yeah. And people have that misconception. Like, if you're my friend, when I call you, you should be there.
Yeah.
They sometimes should if they can.
If they can. Yep. And I've learned that because, we all go through stuff. So I've learned to say, hey, I'm having a shitty day. I need to dump. What time is good for you? Call me at 8. Cool. I'm going to release some energy in the meantime. I'm going to go outside and scream. I'm going to throw a dish or two.
That's good friend etiquette. Like, if everybody could do that, hey, friend, or even just send a text. I got some things I got to get off my chest. I need to dump. You tell me a time. Versus just calling, because again, especially with phones.
Yeah.
Just because I have a cell phone and it's a mobile device and you call me and I don't answer.
Mm-hmm. Right. But I also think when you give people that opportunity to validate that they can show up for you, they even show up better. Because if you call like, hey, I need to dump real quick. Okay, girl, talk. But I'm also washing dishes. I'm trying to cook. I'm editing photos. I'm listening. But you said you need to dump, so dump while I'm lifing. Versus, hey, I need to dump. What time can I call? Call me at 8. At that point, I've done I've made sure I'm done. Mm-hmm. I've poured wine. Girl, come on, wine. Let's talk. And now I've made myself uninterruptedly available to you because I know this is our time. So I think that's another piece to it of knowing your friends can show up even better when you give them the opportunity to be like, let's dump at this time and not just land it on somebody. And at the same time, we are going through something. So I may need to dump, but because you got to me first, now I got to take your stuff.
I got to hold my dump.
I got to hold my dump because if I rebuttal my dump, I definitely look like a hater. I tried to call
and I made it about
and
you. Made it
about him.
Yeah.
I needed to dump too, but I could have told you, hey girl, look, I got to dump today too, so we either dump together or we both call someone else. Yeah. But we have to show up for our friendships in that way.
Now, friend.
What's up?
Do you believe in friendship reconciliation?
1,000. Whoa, let me not lie. Yeah. Ugh. Yes, but with friendship reconciliation, if you have hurt me, we can reconcile, but it'll never be the same.
Okay.
It'll never be exactly what it was. It was like, oh, can I forgive you? We will never go back to talking all day, every day. Okay. But we cool. I'm not mad, but it, for me, it's length of time. I'm a person, if me and Kai are into it and we know we into it, let's talk today. But typically, in a lot of situations, Kai be like, I need time. Let's talk in a week. I don't believe in that. Because once you let that week go by, you set a different tone.
But I feel like, let me cool off. And I have friends that we've gotten into situations where they wanted to talk immediately. And I've always been the person, because I feel like so it's twofold. Like you say, it go both ways. Talking immediately is good because you get it out in that moment. But also talking in that moment, you talk out of emotions and sometimes anger. And sometimes when you let space go, you're like, oh, that really didn't affect me like I wanted to. Or it could fester. Like you say, it could be one or two things.
Yeah.
So
I believe in routine. Like I have some friends that I talk to. Oh, we go talk every day because that's our friendship. But if we get into it and we don't talk for a week or 2 weeks, we've set a new routine. I've now gotten used to not talking to you. Mm-hmm. So we can forgive each other, but now it'll never go back to that happy-go-lucky, I call you every 10 minutes because we've let time pass. So I'm one of them kind of, you mad? Cool off. I'm calling you first thing in the morning. We ain't going 24, 48 hours without addressing this. And I think with one of my friendships that has transitioned, I think that's what happened.
Okay.
It was a breakdown. We eventually kind of just ushered into a reconciliation.
Okay.
But it was like, oh, we don't have that same seamless banter that we once had. It's more like, that's my friend versus, oh, it's been 20 minutes. Let me call and see what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm very much a person, no, we need to talk, and we need to talk about it right now. Mm-hmm. Even if we yell, scream, we talking out of emotion. Cool, but let's get it out now. Because if we cool off, we may both realize, I'm kind of cool on you. And that's bad.
And I'm so opposite, but I get it. Because I always end up with people that need to address it in the moment. And I guess I'm working on that because those are the people that God keeps sending around me. In romantic relationships and platonic relationships. Like, they want to talk about it in the moment. I'm always like,
what's your cool off period? When you say let me cool off, what's your cool off period?
And that's another thing, safe space. My cool off period will, if you don't say nothing, then I ain't gonna say nothing.
That's not a cool off period.
I know, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
That's an avoidance.
Okay. Okay, if that's what you want to call it.
Child, the doctor that shrugged her shoulders at me.
No, for real. No, that is. No, I will give you that. It is I just told you I don't like confrontation. But again, this big age, I have been doing a lot better with addressing and handling situations in the moment because I do realize, when the time passes and it festers, it can create something
What is
else.
Confrontation for you? Is confrontation knock down, drag over, yelling, or is confrontation simply we need to talk?
Let's see. So confrontation for me is anything that, and it sounds so childish, but again, this is a safe space.
Yeah.
Anything that don't feel good to me is almost confrontation.
Good morning. Ooh, I like that.
I'm being serious. And I'm sure other people will agree. They're not going to, and I know that's something I'm growing through, and I'm learning to be comfortable with people being uncomfortable or not liking my stance or something, or not liking what I have to say, because being I don't like the word boss, but being the owner and creator and leader of situations, you have to be okay with not being liked all the time.
Yeah. And
so I had to learn that when I left the larger space, and I had to let everybody know we're leaving here, we're done, blah, blah, blah. And so God has definitely been thickening my skin in this season, and I'm grateful for that, because I was somewhat of a people pleaser. Like, not in the sense of where I'm a crush or compromise myself, but I will avoid it or kind of tiptoe around it so I don't really tell you how I don't like it or how uncomfortable it is. So
I dig that. This was a great conversation. Thank you for your insight on the friendship breakups. I still feel like, I don't believe in friendship breakups.
Why? No, wait, why? Oh, you think it's just the friendship shifts, basically? There's no such thing as a breakup?
I'm still infantile and immature in that way. If we're friends.
You my friend forever?
Yeah, because my core friends, I'm like, I can look at my people I call my best friends. Well, we've been best friends 30 years, 25 years, 15 years. We're friends. That means forever. I don't really believe in friends. If we're friends, I don't believe in friendship breakups. We may shift a little bit, like, oh, we don't really talk that much. He got married. I'm single. Our lives don't really align like that no more. Yeah. But that's still my friend. Okay. I don't believe in breakups of like, you talk to that person? No, I don't know what's going on in her life. I don't believe in that. So when it happens, I'm typically crushed, because it's like, once I label friend to you, we're in this for life. So I don't really believe in breakups, but I am trying to mature and understand that it's part of life, and also it has nothing to do with me. It's not something that you did wrong or made you a horrible person. Sometimes things just have to be moved around.
Well, I know we're getting ready to stop unpacking, but do you think that's an attachment issue or anything?
1,000%.
Oh, okay.
1,000%. I know let me just say this. I am an amazing person. I am a great dude. I have some amazing qualities, but I have severe, high-level, clinical grade abandonment issues.
Okay.
And when I have to walk away from someone or someone walks away from me, it feels like many deaths for me. And so I think I just don't do well with it, because growing up how I did and then losing so many people I have to death, abandonment is something. I'm like, where you going? Because I don't have that many people that I trust. So once I trust you, it's like, where you going? I'm almost like that baby bird of, it's time to fly without who? Where am I going? This little nest is perfectly fine with me. I don't really need to leave. I don't know what's out there in the world. Just bring me food, bring me some hay. We're Gucci over here. So my abandonment issues show up greatly in friendship breakups. Now, romantic breakups, I'm the total opposite. This over. Cool. Blocked. I don't never got to talk to you ever again. I won't never even think about you. Ever. Friendship breakups, I'd be like, wonder what Kai doing. What client she wear right now? What shoes she wearing today? I wonder what color her hair is. What she eat for breakfast? I miss my friend. I'm very that guy.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. We don't even have to dig any deeper. So that's all the unpacking we are going to do today.
Put your stuff back in your suitcase for next week.
Because we're coming back. So you already know what to do.
Like.
Subscribe.
Comment.
Follow.
Dialogue.
Connect.
Interact.
Hello.
All the things.
Yes.
It's not that hard, y'all. We just need y'all to do for us like we do for y'all.
Yes. So, till next time.
I'm Blake.
And I'm Kai.
And this is the Industry Safe Space. We love y'all. Bye.
Peace.